In this video, we're going to be discussing the new XBasic module functionality. So an XBasic module is just a file that contains some XBasic function and class definitions that you want to package up so that they can be reused in other XBasic code. So in order to create an XBasic module, you go to the XBasic Modules section over here, and you can see we already have an existing module. So this module here is obviously quite trivial, but it demonstrates the key point that inside the module you can define as many functions or classes as you want, and then at the end of the module you specify which of these functions you'd like to make public. So in this case we've defined two functions, one called hello and one called what is the date, but we've chosen to only export one of the functions, the hello function, and we've chosen to export it as say hello. So to the outside world there's going to be a function called say hello, but internally this function is called hello. And then this function what is the date is not available externally, but it is available inside this function. So this hello function here I could easily call the what is the date function. So now let's go to a UX component here that makes an AJAX callback. So this component is just making an AJAX callback to a locally defined XBasic function called F1. And then inside this function F1 you can see we are now implementing the XBasic module pattern. So for those of you who are familiar with Node.js, this pattern is very similar to the Node module pattern. So you can see that inside this XBasic function I'm defining an arbitrary variable called, say, xb1, and then I use the require function to load this module. So the module we created was called module 1, and now we're going to basically load this module, and it's going to be the functions that are in this module. In other words, the functions that the module exports are going to be available to us in this namespace here called xb1. So you can see now we can go ahead now and call xb1 say hello, because say hello was the name of the function that was exported. So now let's go ahead now and save this, and when we press this button you can see that we get the message hello Fred. So basically what we've done is we've taken a bunch of XBasic code, packaged it up into a module, and now we can easily reuse that module any place where XBasic is used by simply first using the require keyword to load the module. Now within a module itself, say within this module, I could also require other modules and then load those modules and then call them from within this module definition. So in that sense modules can be loaded recursively. So the ability to create XBasic modules makes it much easier to reuse modules across projects. Now at runtime, when you're running a live website, the module file, the the A5XBM file, that's where the module is stored in a file called A5XBM. So we'll see it over here, is published to the web root just like any other file. But you can also put your modules in the executable folder inside an XBasic _modules folder, and the modules can be found over there. So that lets you make modules that are global to all of your web projects. And finally, within the require statement you can also specify a second optional argument of a CRLF delimited list of search paths where the module should be searched for. Thank you very much for watching.